Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to another vlog in the Boston series. I've just arrived at Boston Common. Well, I don't think that's Boston Common, but I think the park is. Had a really nice sleep, really good bed. It's currently 8:15 in the morning. I thought I would sleep in a little bit more. That didn't happen. I think it's probably the jet lag, so it'll probably hit me like a rock later on. But I did have a plan of what I was going to do today. But I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Freedom Trail. Oh, there's a few squirrels there. I'm going to do the Freedom Trail, get some nice breakfast, and sort of just play it by ear on the first day because I don't want to be too regimented. But what I will do, I'll go and try and find some breakfast, and then we'll go from there. So I'm actually going to head to a place called Café Bonjour. This was recommended by the hotel. Obviously it's the first morning, I have no idea where I am. So I'm going to go there, and I really hope it's good because I really need some food. This is where I currently am, just on one side of Boston Common. And it says it's down here, but it's so, I know this sounds silly, but it's so American. These cars are just huge. So this is where we are. There is actually a Macy's all the way down there, which is obviously in New York. I didn't know there were more than one. But this is the cafe. So let's see what they have. So I'm just sat in the diner now. I'm literally right at the bar, so it's really difficult to actually speak or video. But I've ordered a fresh orange juice and some French toast. So we'll see how it looks. I might have to do a voiceover of some sort because it really is just so busy. This is where I am. So as you can see, it's not the easiest thing to film. Look at this. That's the French toast. Right, I feel much better. Just had breakfast, that was unbelievable. Came to $25 roughly with tax and tip. So that's like £16, and it's always, I mean, the tipping thing here is a bit ridiculous, but it was amazing. I'm doing a lot of walking today because I'm going to do the Freedom Trail. So I did have a lot of French toast, but hopefully it'll be burnt off. But I may go back there this weekend because it was so good. But I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a little look around Boston Common, which is the park, which I believe is the oldest public park in the US. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over and look at the Freedom Trail. I'm probably not going to do every stop because it's about 2.5 miles long, but I'm going to go and look at the Freedom Trail. As you can see, I'm in the park now. But before I do begin, I'm going to have a look at the state capitol, which is literally just at the top of the park, the Common, Boston Common. Later on, I've got a tour of Fenway Park, which is the baseball stadium, which will lead me nicely on to go and have a look at Newbury Street. And there's another place that I can't remember. What's it called? It's called Beacon Hill, that's it, which is like the old contemporary part. So let's go and have a look at the Capitol and see what's there. So this is where I am. I was just filming just down there. Breakfast was all the way at the other side of the park. And this here is the state capitol, which is obviously where they make the laws. There is an old state house, which I'll go and see later. But there you go. That is Massachusetts State House. You can see there. I think all over the US they're all very similar style of building, but I think this is near the start of the Freedom Trail. So I'll have a little look down here. But there you go. State House ticked off. I'm just walking to try and get back on the Freedom Trail, but look at these buildings. That's just straight out of a film. So American. There we go. Look at that. So that line in the road, that signifies the Freedom Trail. So I'm trying to follow it as much as I can and see where it takes me. So just briefly, that's the old City Hall. I'm probably not going to go in it today, but we'll just see what else is on the the trail. I can't get over these buildings. It's so different to New York. And then right behind you got a Shake Shack. And they've actually got a year-round Christmas shop. I don't think it's quite late enough in the year to go in there. But there you go, look at these buildings. Now I've heard that is quite a famous bakery to go and see. And all these big buildings all around. But I'm just following this trail. I'm keeping going. I have no idea where I am. Look at that. On first inspection, it does seem like a really, really walkable city. I mean, there's a lot of cobbled roads, which is obviously, I think it's one of the oldest places in the US. So once we've had a look at the Freedom Trail, we'll head to Newbury Street and Beacon Hill, and then we'll make our way to Fenway Park. But really, I'm sort of just like acclimatizing. There's so much to sort of take in. It's like, where do you even start? So this here is the site of the Boston Massacre, and it's located, oh look, that's a funky bus. It's located just in front of the old State House, which is obviously considerably smaller than the other one I saw before. Well, let's go down here. It looks completely different. Let's walk. Down here looks a lot older, shall we say. Definitely in a quieter part now, next to Fenway Hall, which I think is supposed to be quite well known. Oh, but this is a well-known spot. I've just turned around the corner. Look at this. That is Quincy Market. So that's where I'll be able to get all of the fresh lobster and all of the really nice grub. But no, it's a lot quieter down here. It's a lot more, how would I describe it? Like a lot older. It's a lot more like the incarnation of America. Like the buildings look like that. But that is Quincy Market. Like I said, I'm just following the Freedom Trail. Most of it will not interest me whatsoever. But we'll just see what's there, and then we'll explore the city. But maybe I'll try and go in there. That's definitely one I wanted to see. There you go, there's a better view. The famous Quincy Market. And then there's North Market, but I don't think it's open yet. Oh, then you've also got South Market. It's very, very empty. I mean, it is only sort of 9:20, but look at this. I mean, I'm not one for architecture, but that is quite impressive. This is also supposed to be something you should try and visit. The Oyster House. As you can see, we're starting to get a little bit more cobbly streets, a little bit further away from the road, but it's always nice and green. Very pleasant. How nice is this? I mean, this may look quite boring for you, but this is like what you'd imagine an idyllic American city would look like. I mean, really nice park, and then down there, oh, Salem Street. Imagine that's to do with the witches. But again, still just following on from that Freedom Trail. Just takes you to all the nicest spots in Boston. Really cool. Really, really, really cool. So I'm in this sort of like small little public area, swinging on a little swing bench. But I think I'm in the north end at the minute. I'm just taking it slow. You know, it's not. It doesn't seem as fast-paced as New York. There's a lot more open space. People seem a lot more chill, a lot more calm. So I'm going to continue on with the Freedom Trail, see what there is. Like I said, it's literally only 9:30 in the morning. My hair looks a mess now. But yeah, really nice weather, just chilling. I feel like we're probably in the Italian sector. I'm getting that vibe. Loads of pizza, pasta. Look how big these cars are, man. These are huge. I'll probably come back here, see what Boston pizza's like, or as they call it, pie. We definitely in a much older section now. You can see just by the buildings. What a beautiful day. I mean, to be honest, it's quite hard to vlog here because there's always so many people around, and I'm not one to really be shy about it, but when they're just literally right next to you, it's a bit awkward. but now we're definitely on the cobble street section. Let me just show you where we are. I'm literally just following the Freedom Trail from Boston Common, and like I said, seeing where it goes. This is where I am right now. This is where I am at the moment. This is the Paul Revere House, apparently. I've got a Go City pass to have a little look round certain attractions in Boston, and I'm sure this is one of them. I have no idea what it actually is, so maybe I'll have a little look. That'll pass the time this morning. But yeah, lovely weather, about 30 degrees Celsius. Beautiful. So this is what it says about the house. Experience everyday family life in the 18th century Boston. The last remaining structure from the 17th century. It says opened as a museum in 1908. We'll have a look then. So I just came in. Usually it'd be like $6. This is the house. Apparently you're not really supposed to take videos or pictures inside, so I don't know what I'll be able to get, but we'll head in here. Well, that is literally tiny. I don't think it impresses me as much, because in England there's places that are really old, and that's like 1700s. It's literally like 3 rooms. But yeah, I saw it. Let's move on. Just headed down just a little bit more, and this is, I think, named after the same guy's house. This is like a square, and then right at the back, I don't know if you can see it, I might have to move over it just a little bit, or maybe you won't see it at all. It's there's like another old house there. I'm just sat on the water, well, not the waterfall, the little fountain at the other end of the sort of the mall area. But look, this is what it looks like. Look at this view. Look at the sun shining through. That is just beautiful. There's clearly a lot of history here. I just zoom down. That down there is the horse statue I just showed you. So as we head just a little bit further on from that fountain, we're heading down here, which it says is the Old North Church. This is honestly just such a peaceful little plod. It's really nice. So that there is the church. You've actually got to pay to go in. I'm not that bothered about the church, but they're all in this very similar style. And then I keep following this trail, and we'll head up here. I think we're heading towards the ocean now. Just come off the trail is just down there, and this is a burial ground. Unfortunately, you can't actually see really who they are. A lot of them are blank. I mean, this one is Joanna Wilston, 1803. I mean, it's a nice little place to be buried. A little bit later on, we're now on the bridge. I think this is Charlestown Bridge, although it does look like it's been updated. Over there, if I turn it round, I'm not sure you can see it. Looks like I'm walking over the bridge to Washington. It looks like the National Monument. But I think over this way is where Harvard, MIT, and all of those sorts of things, which I'm going to do a proper sort of walking tour, which I can do. But again, I don't quite know how long of this Freedom Trail is left. It's currently 10 to 11, and I've got Fenway Park tour booked at 2. So I'm just going to be careful for time. I want to grab some lunch as well, although I don't seem to feel like I've walked off that French toast yet. But this is the view. This is where I'm headed. So yeah, beautiful weather. In fact, I think I was wrong. I think this is the William Felton Bridge. I don't think it's the other one. I think it's the William Felton Bridge. Now up here, if you look, it says the USS Constitution is the next right. I'm presuming that's a ship, and I think I do have access to it on this pass. I bought a Go City pass for about $120 for 3 days, and it gives me access to most of these things. But we'll have a see what's on the other side of this bridge. Honestly, this Freedom Trail is so useful. There's hardly anybody here. It's beautiful weather. I can see something that looks like the USS Constitution down there. But honestly, like, just as a nice potter, especially in this weather. I can imagine in the winter it's not as nice. I mean, drastically not as nice, but I've probably walked about 1.5 miles, just going through the cobble streets, seeing the old buildings, the old churches, the old houses. Really, really like it. So this is where the USS Constitution is, the Boston Naval Shipyard. And right down there is where we're heading. I have no idea what this is. I presume, seeing that, it's probably a ship. Okay, that's clearly the USS Constitution. I thought it would be more like a proper naval ship, but it looks more like a pirate ship. So I'm on the boat. Looks like there's some Navy people doing some exercises over there. And this is where we go. We have to head down here in this little entrance point. All these cannons. God, they mustn't have been very tall back in the day. There's not really much to stand. It's sort of all just cannons down here. I just finished up on the ship. I don't think I'm really that bothered about the museum, and to be honest with you, I haven't got that much time until I've got to go to Fenway Park. So I'm going to see how much more of the Freedom Trail I've got, and maybe get on like a sort of hop on hop off bus. Maybe that would be useful. Turns out I've got to go back on myself to finish off the Freedom Trail. I'm going to the Bunker Monument, which I think is like the Washington Monument type thing. And then once that's done, gosh, I don't know how long I've been filming this Freedom Trail for. It's been interesting. I'm glad I've done it because you get a good grip of where everything is, and it's good. Let me head there and come back to you. God, I'm getting a bit thirsty. It's probably been about 3 hours since breakfast, and a lot of it has been walking uphill. But as you'll see in just a second, I'm at the Washington Monument's little brother. Well, all of that, the Freedom Trail, and that small little cut off there, I presume marks the end of it, because here is the monument, or as they call it, Bunker Hill Monument. But that's crazy, it just sort of ends in the middle of the road. Let's go and have a look. Excuse the noise, I think I've come on gardening day. That's the monument. Doesn't look as big as the Washington one, surprise, surprise. But it's lovely, people just chilling in the park. This is what I mean, there's so many green spaces in Boston. And it's all just so lovely, just to like lie down, sit down. All kept in such good order. But Colonel William Prescott at the foot there. I'm just over at the side of the monument. That looks like a cool mister. That's that lovely thing, because I'm pretty hot. My camera's probably going to get soaking now, but oh, that was nice. God, I'm literally just lying down on the ground, on the grass. It's just such a lovely day. Seems like I timed it pretty perfectly. So finished up at the monument. Now I'm going to head, hopefully try and get the bus, it says, and go to Quincy Market, then head back, charge my phone, then go to Fenway Park. This place just down from the monument, I can imagine that's sort of what San Francisco looks like. I mean, there's nobody here, but sort of like really nice wooden houses. Here comes the bus. Fingers crossed this actually gets me to where I need to go. That was honestly so simple. Buses were so clean, probably took about 10 minutes. It cost $1, did it? Cost $1.70. So it's just like $1.70 every time. Usually contactless card. Much better than back home, I can tell you that right now. So I'm back down where we were before. This is where the Union Oyster House is. Head back to Quincy Market, head back to the hotel, recharge, and then head to Fenway Park. But already this is such a lovely city. Well, it has definitely livened up from this morning. I can't wait to see what they've got in here. Oh wow, there is everything. Poke, hot dogs, pasta, clam chowder. This is really, really up my street. It is pretty busy in here. This is supposed to be popular. Clam chowder, pizza. Wow, oh, frozen yogurt. I love this place already. I mean, look at the ice cream and yogurts they've got. literally anything you want. I mean, in the middle you've got like an area where you eat, and then you've just got more. It just keeps going. I think I'm going to head back down the other way and get a lobster roll and potentially a smoothie, but I can imagine you can spend so much money here. Fresh fruits over there, frozen yogurt, ice cream. Wow, this has basically bankrupted me. This was $35 for a hot butter lobster roll, and then I had to get a smoothie. But I'm going to tuck in now, but this looks unreal. That lobster roll was amazing. It was really, really good. It was expensive. It was really, really good. I've just come outside and now they're doing a little show. Now it's a little bit later on in the day. That's the old State House, the one I saw this morning, but obviously the sun's shining. And it looks quite impressive. So I'm going to head back to the hotel, charge my camera, charge my phone, and then head back out to the baseball stadium. And just so you can see where I'm staying at the Club Quarters Hotel, which is actually the same brand I stayed in New York. There you go. All got back, all charged. Now I'm in this dark, noisy vending machine corridor and I'm heading to Fenway Park. I was going to get an Uber, but the lady said just get the metro and it's super quick and easy. If it's anything like the bus, fingers crossed it should be simple. I've just come out of the hotel, but wow, today the weather has gone from strength to strength. It's beautiful and sunny, like 30 degrees. But now hopefully I've got to figure out how to navigate the subway, the underground. I know I'll probably be making a visit there this trip, 100%. Where is this entrance? Look at this. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That was completely my bad. I've left it too late for the underground. I couldn't find the bloody way to get in. So I'm getting an Uber and I'll try and get the underground back. Right, made it to the stadium. It's just above me, but I can't find a way to get in. It's all just brick walls. And it's currently 1:55. The tour's booked for 2. So now I'm racing around the other side of the stadium to hopefully be let in, because everything is shut. Managed to get my ticket. That's the queue to get in.
That's a good guess. Camden Yards, beautiful ballpark. From an architectural standpoint, a very influential ballpark. But the second oldest ballpark is Wrigley Field out in Chicago.
Here we are. The oldest baseball stadium in the US. Fenway Park.
Can everybody just raise your hand? Who is here for the very first time? We're an urban ballpark. We are built in between 5 different city streets. We're kind of crammed in here. You see most other ballparks are kind of built away from the city. Opened up on April 20th, 1912. Nobody really cared that we opened up here because on April 15th, 1912, the sinking of the Titanic happened.
Isn't it crazy that down there they actually do top golf when they're not playing? I don't know if you can see it, but imagine doing golf down there and you're basically swinging onto a Major League Baseball pitch. I obviously have zero clue about baseball. I did go and watch a Boston Red Sox versus the Yankees game when I was in New York. But we're going to these green seats. Apparently they're the most coveted seats in the whole of Major League Baseball. So this is the seats, the most coveted seats in Major League Baseball. That is one hell of a view. Look at that.
The game is tied in the 12th inning. There is a curfew in the city of Boston at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's about 12:30, so if this game does not end in the next 30 minutes, it will be postponed and started at another time. Now, Carlton Fisk comes up to the plate, hits an absolute monster shot over here, but it's a windy night. He knows he's got the distance, but he just doesn't know if it's going to go fair or foul. And in one of the most iconic images in all of baseball, credit to the cameraman for sticking with him. As Carlton Fisk is walking down the first base line, he starts waving his hands fair, willing the ball to hit this foul pole. Surely enough, that's what happens. Red Sox win. People start storming the field. Carlton Fisk has to elbow them out of the way just to make sure he touches all the bases. When we're throwing a party in Kenmore Square, we're going to break that curse. And the next day...
If I was into baseball, those are definitely the seats Tavi said in rubbish games it's like $150. In top tier games it's like $1,000, and balls come flying at you. I think the guy's probably going to tell us all of these people that have played at Fenway Park. Billy Joel, Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney.
Artists like Billy Joel, Paul McCartney, Jay-Z, Lady Gaga, my compatriot Bad Bunny has been here. We've had comedians.
How crazy is that? They have their own like allotment, their own farm to grow the food.
About 60% of it is used for our concessions. So if you get a burger in Fenway Park and it's got lettuce and tomato on it, this is where it's coming from.
This is the highest point in Fenway Park, right at the very top. I definitely recommend this tour. I don't give a monkeys about baseball, but well, that's a beam. But when you're around the corner, it's actually a very good view. So this is the press box. Nobody can buy these seats. At least you're protected from balls flying at you.
Okay, so here to my right we have this wall of flags of different countries and nations. Players from the Red Sox, they've either directly represented these countries playing baseball for them, or they just have ethnic and cultural backgrounds from these countries. I forgot to mention one of probably the most historic and best player in the history of the Red Sox, Ted Williams. He's number 9 on our retired numbers. We're going to talk a little bit about him in a second, but I do want to mention that one thing a lot of people don't know about him is that he was half Mexican. We've had a lot of hockey games being played here. We do the Fenway Wasabi Bowl every year, so we have college football. We have European football matches, or soccer, whatever you want to call it. Our owners are the owners of Liverpool FC, who very recently won the English Premier League. Here they are playing against a team from the Italian Serie A division, AS Roma. So this game not quite big enough for a proper match, but just big enough for a friendly.
Isn't that crazy? That's where they said they do Top Golf. Imagine doing Top Golf there. That is crazy. That red seat all the way down there is the longest home run. All the way over there. So the tour is ending. That's over there is the press box where we were sat, the seats that money can't buy. That was a great tour. If you are in the Boston area, even if you don't like baseball, I don't even know how it really works, make sure to come on this tour. We're in kind of like a museum at the end of the tour. Again, no idea who these people are, or if they're any good. But I imagine if they're in here, they're not the worst of the players. Sign balls and things like that. Here are some baseballs. Some champion bats there. Look at those. Well, just finished up with the tour. I feel like I've done a lot today, and it's only about 20 past 3 in the afternoon. So I'm going to go and get a drink. Oh, gone dark. Going to go and get a drink, just like a soft drink, and then I'm going to get the underground subway to Boston Common or Boston Park. I just went to 7-Eleven to get a drink. That is their smallest size. And the Fanta in the US looks like rocket fuel. I mean, look how orange it is. But I'm going to get the underground and head back to the park area. Well, I've just had some Fanta, so I'm not sure if my lips are bright red or orange. But I'm going to head back to the hotel again because my batteries are just dying like crazy. But I'm only going to be there very shortly. Sorry, not for a long time. I'm only going to be there for quite a short time, and then I'm going to head to the park, and then probably for dinner I'll probably just do something quite simple after that very, very expensive lobster roll. It's probably like Raising Cane's. And I will want to look round Macy's as well, which is obviously just there. And I can't believe I'm seeing with my own eyes that they have, I don't know if you can see it, a Primark. How that's made it to Boston, I will never know. God, this sun is beautiful. As you can see, I've put my sunglasses on now. I've recharged back at the hotel. Hopefully, I'm going to try and see Newbury Street, which is where all the nice shops are. and potentially go up the observation deck, which I can do with the city pass. So I need to get on the underground. There's just so much to do. I never know what's the right thing to do. Should I just go and sit in the park for the evening and then do that tomorrow? Anyway, so we're going to get on the underground and see if we can find our way there. Looks like somebody, I think, set fire to a bin over there. So I just got off at Copley, which is close to Newbury Street, which is where the shops are. I'm going to have a little look around there and then head to the observation deck. So this is Newbury Street. Heading down here, and this is supposedly where all the shops are. Look at this weather. Wow. Well, you don't see those in the UK, do you? Damn. It's a monster. Look at all these nice little stores. I think you've got a mix of independent, sort of big chains, but the weather just makes it perfect. I love it. I really, really do like this. Honestly, I don't know if it's the sun or what, but Newbury Street is beautiful, just like Boston as a whole. There's some really nice shops, things you probably wouldn't get in the UK. From a vlogging standpoint, I can imagine it can make a few people quite nervous vlogging, especially in places like this, because it is actually quite busy down here. But no, I'm just going to enjoy, have a look, have a stroll, see what's in the shops, and then go to the observation deck. I've done a lot today, no need to rush things, just enjoy. Look at all these cool buildings. Over here is one store I always like to go in, Uniqlo, and it's definitely cheaper here than it is back at home. You know, one place I absolutely love going to look in America is TJ Maxx. Obviously in the UK we call it TK Maxx. They always have some really good bargains in there. So I ended up getting a few bits from TJ Maxx. God, they really hit you with the heartstrings when you're at the till. Do you want to round up to save the children? Oh, when you put it like that. So now I'm going to head to the observatory at the top of a tall tower. We'll try and see the sunset. Probably won't. Then I think I'm going to have an easy meal at Raising Cane's. And that's probably it for today. That has been one hell of a day. So the observation deck is in the Prudential Centre, I think. Oh, there's the Apple Store, always in nice buildings. But I think I've got to go through here to get there. So there may be a few nice shops to have a look in here. Yep, it's at the end. View Boston. It seems like you've got some nice shops in here. Canada Goose. I don't even know some of these, but they look quite fancy. So that there is where we're going. There's actually a Ralph Lauren. I'll probably have a look around there, and I think I've got to get my ticket from here. And we're going, it seems, all the way up there, which actually is higher than I thought. Again, there's nobody here. Just gave them my pass code, and through security, and I presume up we go. Well, here we are. Wow, wow, wow. I didn't think Boston had any big observation decks, but clearly, what a view. This just shows all the green space. There's so much. I feel like I'm back in New York. Look at all those lovely houses down there, and they've all got loads of greenery. Hopefully you can see, but obviously I know the sun is shining. Wow, what a view. Beautiful. You can actually even see the planes coming in. You probably can't see it on this camera, but you can literally see them glide into the airport, because the airport is only there. And I think earlier today I was on that bridge over there that I got a little bit confused about. What a lovely view, what a lovely city. So this is the observation deck. It's not that easy to sort of see outside because it's so sunny, which is obviously nice. I'd rather it be sunny than raining. And obviously it's nowhere near as high as like New York places. But a nice end to the day. Sun shining. It's so white in here, it looks a bit like I'm in heaven, but the tower didn't fall. There's just another view. So you can see. Just had a really nice chat with two people called Lee and Tia, who are from Vietnam, and we were talking about how I travelled to Vietnam and saw different places that they know. And it just goes to show that even though you're solo traveling, it doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself. Like, just speak to people. Like, everyone's so friendly here, especially. So I'm still on the observatory, and I'm gonna head to Raising Cane's, get some dinner, and then probably head back. And if it's still light, maybe head to the park. Now, I was about to leave, and I didn't realise there was an outdoor deck. Look at this. Look at that for a view. This is way better than inside. Here you go, look at this view. What a beautiful, beautiful city. I know there'll probably be glare with the reflection, but not a cloud in the sky. Honestly stunning. This is just in the exit when you're leaving. Oh, very nice. I still cannot get over that view. It is so stunning, Boston. So much greenery, I mean, look. Wow, wow, wow. And I didn't even notice, but if you look down there, that's Fenway Park. Doing a tour just earlier today. I'm back on solid ground, sea level, looking for a Raising Cane's. I believe there's one down here, and then I'll probably walk all the way back, get my steps in. I think I'm already at about 22,000. But yeah, the jet lag's kicking in. I feel quite tired, and I'm quite hungry. So let's see if we can find one. This just shows how different this is to like the London Underground, the New York subway. Look how low down that is. Now, as I said, I was originally thinking of having Raising Cane's, but I think the mood has shifted, and I'm going to go to Shake Shack. If I can find one, I'm going to go to Shake Shack, because I'm in the mood for a burger and some nice fries. Well, down there's a Shake Shack. God, please be open. Otherwise, I'll be going there. Thank goodness it is open. I think it's going to have to be a Shack burger. Double. No. Bacon cheese fries, yes please. I ordered a Shack burger, some bacon cheesy fries, and apparently they'll bring it to the table. $20. I think I've earned it there with all the walking. Now that was worth waiting for. And we're back. Back at the hotel. My energy is slowly dropping off because it's been such a long day. The jet lag has kicked in. I'm super tired, but I did say I would give you a bit more of a room tour. Like I said, it's probably going to be the exact same because there isn't really much to show. The bed is here. It's a little bit of a mess. There's a few bits here that you can purchase externally but don't want to accidentally eat. You have a wardrobe, and then you have a toilet. Pretty self-explanatory. But no, it's been a really long day. This vlog, I've already looked, it's probably going to be like 40 minutes long, which is probably the longest vlog I've ever done. Tomorrow's probably going to end up being like 5 at this rate. But no, it's been a really, really good day. Managed to get a lot done. Boston is great for solo travelers. It's really solo traveler friendly. The Freedom Trail was amazing. The viewpoint was wonderful. The tour was amazing as well. Everything was just really good. As far as the first day goes, very, very impressed. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you ever so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.